Feel free to talk.
Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something. So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked it for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.
So, maybe I should open it.
Oh, don't kill me, please. I tell you everything. God is loot, loot. I'm young. I don't wanna die.
Boss, code is loot.
Oh my god, idiot. Fuck, I surrendered by idiots.
Hey, kid. Sorry about that.
And welcome back. Second map. About to be getting started very, very shortly, and it is going to be the Endpoint map pick of Overpass. And after a complete decimation on Inferno, Team Fiend are going to be feeling pretty good about themselves, Sermon.
I believe it was Mirage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I wasn't there for it, obviously. Hello, everyone. But Red Star seems to have had quite a performance on there.
Yeah.
Plus 15 going the entire series, 110 ADR. No one else really with that kind of a monstrous performance other than Dreamer. So really looking forward to the two of them performing on this one. But of course, it's not their map pick anymore. No longer in Kansas.
Certainly not. And, well, I'm just thinking. Obviously, Endpoint... obviously, just in terms of time zone, an hour behind, or 2 hours, I think, behind from Bulgaria, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe...
We could be. They could also be in Central European time.
Yeah. Well, either way, they're a little bit behind, and maybe just having a slow start to the morning. Maybe they haven't had their Weetabix quite yet.
I can certainly, relate to having a slow start to the morning here, Dan.
Yeah. Oh dear. But yeah, it certainly wasn't the start they wanted on Mirage. Let's see if they can pick things up. Obviously, we're just waiting for the knife round to get going, and then we'll see which of these two teams is going to be starting on the defense and which will be starting on the attack. But Overpass isn't really isn't a bad map for Fiend either. They play pretty well on it. I mean, they have about a 40% win rate, but they've been playing some pretty solid teams. I think they've played against Skade recently, Nordavin, Team Spirit. They had an overtime loss against Team Spirit on Overpass, which
that's a big achievement, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's depending on if Spirit really plays Overpass all that much. I can't quite remember, but
I can check quickly, perhaps. But, certainly, Overpass 80% win rate. Over
there you go. Well,
over 5 games, but you haven't played that many. Like the most I've played for any map is like 8 for Inferno and Nuke. So, I mean, yeah, so certainly it seems to be a pretty strong achievement for them.
yeah, it should be in their wheelhouse, and definitely not over yet here. But it could be a 2-0, all things considered. So, first of all, of course, going to have the knife round, as we do every time.
Oh, yeah. Staple.
So you guys can, pick and choose who's going to win the 50-50 coin tosses. Very exciting to predict as, well, it looks like we have landed Endpoint on this one. They'll be starting CT most likely.
Yeah, should be. And, I mean, we had a CT start on Mirage. Didn't work out for them, Endpoint, so might not work out for them here, but we'll have to wait and see. Overpass. I'm just thinking. Overpass generally is a little CT-sided. However, Endpoint seems pretty strong on both sides of the equation for Overpass T side. I mean, they have about 60% win rates for any given CT or T round. So generally should be pretty balanced on both sides of things. If they can get like a 8-7, 9-6 in the first half, that should mean they're able to close out the game. But we'll have to wait and see. Team Fiend are a little bit slower on the T side, but certainly nothing to sniff at that much. So that's
Get into the pistol round though.
yeah, into
Bubble
the pistol round.
and Mar on the, well, just Bubble on utility duty for the T side, as Thomas and Mezzi will be carrying the nades and the kit into this one. Will just be yeah, a slow one to start out with. Into the toilets, one on long, and a split toward A should ensue. Maybe an around the world strat where they just go back and you know, go toward B, but for now, just sneaking on up toilets. And it looks like the CTs have the right idea. Stack incoming. They have the info that there's no one behind B, apparently, because the push is continuing, and Mighty Max has spotted out the first.
Wonder if they've seen something from the Team Fiend side recently, but certainly seems to be a good bit of a gamble in some regards towards this A site, as heavy utility damage from those nades coming through. Bull, he's down to just 6 HP, but they need to find the kills. A nice opening from Surreal. He's actually going to make it 3 quick kills there. Can he get a 4th as well with Red Star in the site, looking to find it? Red Star will eventually cut him down, but there's just so many bodies from Endpoint piling in there. They can't hold on for much longer. And all right, Surreal, calm down. He's got a statement to prove on this second map, hasn't he?
He sure does. A nice explosive beginning to this one. A complete stack on the A bomb site for what seemingly was a gamble or some kind of a 900 IQ read. As, yeah, just the T's couldn't keep them at bay for here. Even Mighty Max showing off over there. But yeah, 1-0, the great start for CEX that we've been looking, I mean, Endpoint that we've been looking for. And SMGs with rifles against the super good buy from the T's as well, considering they lost the previous. Red Star on the scout. And we got Victor trying to take short B control with a bunch of terrorists behind on long. So Monster Execute should be in the cards in the future. That one lurk player toward A, just making sure no one comes behind.
These SMGs could find a little bit of cash. Obviously, armored opponents here. And the MP9's not the best with armor pen, but the high fire rate makes up for that. And might still be able to find some kills close range here. But right now, it's 2 rifles and a UMP in towards this B site, as Team Fiend certainly look like they want to hit forward hard. They find the opening kill. It does with the assistance of Bubbles. Flashbang. 2 very quick trades from Surreal, but it's all coming up Fiend, really, as they secure that bomb site. Nobody else from Endpoint was able to secure the kills required. Now Mezzi and Crucial, those 2 MP9s, gonna get locked out this round.
Entirely, yeah. All it took was 3 nice entries here from Victor, Bubble, and Mar. Bubble now with the second, defending the short area from any kind of oncoming CTs, and Mezzi, if he wasn't already locked out of this round, he is extra locked out now. Waiting, of course, for the exit kill. Might be finding that Galil in his hands shortly, but no. It is going to be Victor saving toward the monster area instead. And I believe Mezzi survives here with 100 HP easy, but he's going to be making his way up nonetheless.
Decided 4 spies are just too strong, man.
Yeah, no, they are. I don't necessarily mind. I mean, who's to say that after the pistol round we have like a match, we have a round where both teams are sort of equal, or one of them is way better than the other. You know, it can go all over the place, and I think it's still a fun situation to find yourself in.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly like the fact that with the 4 spies coming through, especially on the T side, it sort of means that the pistols aren't as impactful in the course of a game. Your teams still have a chance to fight back, and I like that.
Exactly.
I mean, it means that, because obviously pistols are just a weird round. They're
it's
very
like
different from the rest of the game, but they have a lot
Of course,
of
it's just
impact
like breaking apart the initial shot in billiards or something. You know,
yeah.
breaking up the center of the pool table. As Bubble breaks open the B short area, gets that entry, and well, Endpoint already a man down, and being this far down on weaponry as well. Not looking too hot for them in this one. Still, A very passive round coming out of Team Fiend, waiting for the aggression to come, but the CTs are not giving it to them.
These two 5.7s, I've never seen anybody using the 5.7s.
It's been an overpowered gun since like time immemorial, but it's just been overshadowed by other overpowered guns, I'm afraid. Pistols, rather. That whole category of weapons has had a weird history in CS, but yeah, the push does come in, and well, his very surrounded position doesn't get anything done.
Oh
But Thomas
my
with
lord.
the 4. Okay, I thought, okay, even if he gets 2, it's not that impactful in the round. But then he picks up 4, and well, Red Star does trade him back. But there's 2 more players left on this site. Okay. Now,
What the hell was that?
have you just reconsidered on the 5.7 there?
I mean, I didn't
think
say it was
it's a good
bad, I
gun
just said
now?
nobody uses it. And maybe they start using it now after seeing that. That was godly.
Try doing that with a CZ75.
He'd be out of ammo after the first 2.
Exactly. It's overpowered, I'm telling you.
Ah, damn.
Great shots, great shots.
You know what else is overpowered, Sermon?
Oh man, code loot.
Code loot, yeah. Do exclamation mark loot in chat. You can find more information on that and how overpowered it is.
God, unlock the cheat codes to life, kids.
Yeah.
As well, we're seeing Team Fiend recovering from that display we just saw from Thomas. Tank engine in full force here, as the opening frag does go the way of Mezzi, but is swiftly traded in the connector area. A 4 versus 4 situation ensues, and the T's are sitting pretty right now with this kind of a weapon advantage, actually. Sneaking on up toward B short, and there are 2 players to receive them, but they're both toward Monster. They have to clear out that angle twice, in fact. The first one does go their way, and Surreal ready with the MP9. A triple for him as he found the initial one toward Monster. Dreamer does find him in the end, but that's going to be 9 HP for Dreamer. And he's in a 1v2. These rounds, Dan, these rounds.
Yeah, they're not making anything easy for themselves right now.
No.
I mean, so Dreamer's here probably just hoping he can get a bomb plant out of this. Obviously, an SMG for Mighty Max and the M4 for Crucial should just be able to knock him down in a matter of milliseconds there. Single bullet is all that's required onto Dreamer. Even if Dreamer does get the plant, Crucial has a kit, so not really any issue with that. But nobody towards the A site means that he can get this plant down pretty safely.
Guaranteed,
You obviously
yeah.
hear that, but yeah.
Is a dead man like, but
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he finds 1 kill from here. Okay, that's
ooh,
1.
okay, that's actually a doable round now, but Mighty Max way too close, finds the head of Dreamer, and he was starting to make it look good, right? Could have made it work, but unfortunately, the MP9 too good up close. That's going to be 3 in this round for Surreal to start us out with, and then the signature MP9 does end its terrifying devastation toward the end in the 1v1 clutch, but look at this. He already finds one beforehand. That was just a spray transfer from Victor Demar. Holy.
Good work, but you're not far off that one. Not far off.
No, not very far off. He clicked like a millimeter to the right of the head, I think.
Guns out once again for Endpoint. They get the rebuy through. Obviously, with 4 players going down, they don't have much in terms of reserve cash. Or much in terms of utility this round either, but it's certainly a downside better than what Team Fiend have. A single AK for Victor, a scout for Red Star. The bubble being taken down early is a nice advantage for Endpoint, just to alleviate a bit of the pressure that might mount in a round like this. Especially when you've got that AK in the hands of Victor, who can be an absolute beast with it.
Yeah, but you do need some sort of entry here to start things out with, and let's see if Victor is truly the beast you proclaim him to be as he walks himself through B short here with Thomas holding from Toxic, manages to find the spray down, and unfortunately, yeah, Victor does go down as he starts to over-aggress after that initial kill. The Molotov going to be forcing Thomas out of that corner, and the Deagle, I think, just barely scratches him there as, well, the exit was not... Couldn't find the exit kill. And the bomb is now down toward Monster. The initial attack toward B fails, and all subsequent attempts fail spectacularly as well. Endpoint secured themselves a fourth, it seems like.
Again, Dreamer. Unlikely. But if you can find one of these low HP players, that'd be nice. There goes Thomas. So, yeah, a little bit more damage done. Mezzy will shut him down in the end, but 3-player surviving for Endpoint, and that one is what you need just to start to sort of stabilize your own economy, get these clean buy rounds through, as Team Fiend will be having to take an eco now. Because he forced into that previous round just off the back of the amount of damage they were able to cause prior, along with that bomb plant, but it wasn't quite enough for them. Didn't really get what they hoped for there. And now Endpoint, yeah, they should be able to keep 4 or 5 players alive in this round, and that should help bolster their economy.
Definitely. Just survive with like 4 players in this one, and you're sitting pretty on a pile of cash. With Red Star sitting pretty on a nice spot here, maybe he won't be expected as the ramp area was nuked earlier, and the Deagle does get a chance to get a shot off, but Crucial too good on the M4. Gets the double, in fact. Victor downed, as well as the bomb with a speedy reaggression toward the balloons. This is starting to look good in the area of keeping the Endpoint players alive here. Still all 5 of them on 100 HP, and Fiend already down 3 players, courtesy of Crucial. The Dreamer does find a kill on Long in the end, and that's going to be Mezzy foregoing a rifle, although there is Surreal coming up Long with the AK in his hands to deny them this rifle control. And there you go.
4 players alive, just what I suggested.
I'm glad they're taking your suggestions on board,
Yeah.
you know.
More teams should.
Could have. Of course. You going to take over from Moses there on Liquid?
Yeah, I mean, initially Team Liquid asked me before they decided on a Dren. I just wasn't ready to move to America, though.
Yeah, that's kind of why you said
and-
no to Cloud9 as well, I assume, right?
Yeah, of course. Like, originally I was going to be the Cloud9 coach alongside working very closely with Henry G, but yeah, honestly, I want to stay committed to my commentary work right now, and I just don't think those roles are really right for me. Maybe if the right role comes along, I'll have a sniff at it, but, you know, just none of these teams have really been up to par, I'm afraid.
Exactly. Pay him more. So yeah, Team Fiend in this one, just sneaking on up connector. Gonna be taking some short A control, as they did leave Bubble behind here to lurk toward B, as you always should have a player sort of seeing what's going on the other side of the map where you're not attacking, as 4 players are plenty enough for this A execute. And I think before the execute commences, they should be going in for a bit of a cheeky peek to see if anything's going on. Crucial had the same idea, falls back successfully, doesn't get killed in the process, but the push is on, and the first kill goes the way of Endpoint with no one behind to trade, so they're gonna have to start pushing in. They know where Mezzy is, but he's just finding the kills. 2 of them for him, and Mighty Max chimes in as well. Team Fiend didn't have a good one in that.
Well, they don't call it Mezzy Pass for nothing.
Have you ever heard it called Mezzy Pass outside
Very
of like
often.
your own commentary? Okay.
Yeah, very often. It's a very common phrase.
Good to know.
I've just been called a monkey man in the chat. Don't know why that's come about, but
Chad is just unreasonable sometimes.
well, there you have it, guys. I've been outed. Monkey man Danshan. Let's go.
Yeah.
Crucial. He has the AWP in his hands for this one, and obviously missed a couple shots last time on that defense, then just burned to a crisp. This time has collected the kill onto Red Star, so done better than prior rounds, as now it's just Pistol pushing in towards this B site, hoping to find some damage. But Thomas, Real, Mezzy, they're all putting up numbers, and there you go. The number is going to be 7 for Endpoint.
7-1, the Brazil score line comes out to play, as Endpoint have a significant lead here on the CT side. Of course, we were talking about earlier how one of these teams, I believe it was Fiend, are actually no, it was in fact Endpoint. They are like actually good on their T side as well, right? So having such a good start on the CT side may be leading to some big problems here for the Bulgarians in the future. We'll be seeing though how this one plays out. The T's, of course, getting their position here toward Fountain. Just more for now, fancying a solo peek toward the potential AWP there on the corner. Not advisable, but he did feel it in the moment, I suppose. Felt he had the timing. As the short push continues, and Bubble gets caught out on B short. The lurker spotted and cornered, but not really pursued, as he will be wall banged, but not successfully. Montag, Ruhetag, you know what that means?
I don't, crazy enough,
think
I
it's-
don't.
I think it's Monday through Thursday. But I forget which day
Oh,
of the week Ruhetag
Yeah,
is.
the German on the showers. I had no idea what you were talking about. I thought you were talking about Greek.
Yeah, I was hoping he would stay on that camera for a little while, otherwise my
No.
joke makes no sense. There
Yeah,
you go.
this map is German and
Yeah.
what? Crazy. Nice opening shot for Crucial. However, it has been traded, and now as they push in towards the B site, Red starts a very quick shot that almost could have landed through his teammate. How did he get the second as well? That is a little bit too outrageous for me to comprehend. As a 3-on-2 Endpoint in the disadvantage. Now look for Thomas to just ball his way through a smoke, and he spotted out 2 players. Can he find either of them? As he has support from his teammate, they look to try and kill the remaining CTs. The bubble is too strong for Mighty Max. Thomas is still alive. He needs to try and find these shots. 20 seconds on the clock, as he has a kit and only 20 HP. I think he's just going to have to save this one.
Yeah, they're still holding on, like behind yellow boxes and in front of long. Sure, the first kill goes his way, but your time's running out.
Dead,
5
isn't he?
seconds left. You have to get out of there. 19 seconds. 19 HP. Enough to survive the blast, surely. No! Okay, he is a dead man, in fact. Not sure
Tragedy.
why he went back toward heaven. Should have just kept exiting through lower, toward graffiti or something, but either way, that was some action toward A, wasn't it?
Yeah, those shots from Red Star were, chef's kiss.
Mm. And it looks like Endpoint, to be expected given that they're in a huge lead, but they have been having a huge lead in opening frags as well. Plenty of those have been traded, though, so it's not like Team Fiend have been left hanging most rounds anyway. Still, their defaults aren't really getting any kind of early aggression out, and Crucial doesn't capitalize on that position here. He doesn't get the op shot, as, the Fountain is once again not captured by the CTs. The T's running around, and the lurker toward B, once again, it's the same position we've seen from Team Feed many a time. Usually culminates in some kind of a take that goes completely awry.
Can Team Fiend keep themselves in this game? Because obviously on Mirage, it was 16-4 for the Team Feed side. They completely obliterated Endpoint, and now the tides are turning. It's onto Endpoint's map pick, and they're certainly looking ready and raring to go. And a lot of damage done early on by the utility from the Endpoint side has left Team Fiend in a bit of a predicament. Victor on 60. Both Red Star and Marv taking a little bit of chip damage that would allow a one-shot headshot to come through from the M4s onto those players. So it does sort of even up the disadvantage that the general CTs have compared to the AK-47s. 25 seconds on the clock, though. Are Fiend actually going to do anything? Are they going to try and go towards A? Nice kill
yeah,
from Mar.
very late in the
my
round,
God.
though, and
They pulled
they are.
rotations.
Oh, actually, okay. Well, the push seems to have some chances now, as Dreamer does come in, sees an empty bomb site, and the bomb should be allowed to plant off the back of that. The stairs area in danger now, but yeah, with very little time left, the bomb was successfully planted. So great on them for pulling all of those rotations. Endpoint playing a little bit too twitchy there toward the end. I guess that's the advantage for running the clock down as far as they did, and well, they're reaping the rewards. A 4 versus 3 situation with no chance for Endpoint to retake. We'll be forcing them to save with 3 players. Plenty of money to make it worth in the next, especially with this amount of saved weaponry and armor and stuff. Yeah, great little round here from Team Fiend. I mean, we did ask at some point, were they actually going to be doing anything? And turns out we got the answer, Dan.
Yeah, I think that kill from Ma towards well, through the smoke over towards Monster, that's what really pulled the rotations from Endpoint, because with 20 seconds on the clock, that one kill, you think, okay, well, it's surely got to be B now. But Team Fiend were already like basically up top of Connector with the majority of their players. So yeah, I mean that was a fortunate shot coming through. I think if it was Surreal, it just stands a little bit off to the side, he survives, and Endpoint don't rotate off the back of that. And Team Fiend walk into at least one player on that A side rather. So we'll see. But a third on the board for Fiend, so keeping things a little bit interesting.
Though their setup currently exactly the same as previous rounds. Again, Bubble here just holding off B short while the rest massage toward A, as the rounds tend to culminate there. Endpoint will be doing any premature rotations anytime soon, as they do have pretty deep toilet and long control, but no real tease around to get punished by that. Playing it pretty passively in this one, but they still have 1:07 left on the clock.
Ooh. Well, that's not worked out for Thomas.
But they're going to know that it's Bubble, the lurk player, so they're not too worried about this. And now that he's dead, sure, they know someone else is on B short, but, you know, they're not sort of going to pull rotations toward B anytime soon. Especially with someone pushing out a connector like that. Crucial takes care of him, as the Oppers are having a bit of a duel here toward long, but after the initial shot, it's not going to continue. Victor, however, from the sidelines, gets Crucial, and the rotates toward A have had some time to happen, but for now, just one player. It is going to be Mezzy. Let's see why we call it Mezzy Pass here. Ooh, he's on fire. Oh, that did not go well.
That is not why we call it Mezzy Pass.
That is not one of the reasons listed, no.
Surreal left alone, 1v2. Looking like Fiend should be able to find a fourth. Unless Surreal can pull off some serious heroics here. As he pushes through his smoke, he might be able to catch Victor off. I'm not sure if Red Star's going to spot him, and he will. So 4 for Team Fiend. Closing up the gap once again, and Endpoint's economy. Ooh, they should probably take a bit of an eco here, I think. Looking at the economy, maybe just purchase a few pistols up. The loss bonus is starting to rack up for, I think, 2,900 now. So
this is a textbook half-buy eco, whatever you want to call it. Get yourself down to 2,000 something bucks, and you should be good for a buy in the next. So, Team Fiend with a potential 5th here should be finding it out, and hopefully they stack the A bomb site in this one, because that's exactly where Team Fiend have been going this entire time. But for now, they're just using their B presence to take control of that B short area where Bubble tends to lurk. But this time, they got a player outside of Monster, and yeah, the 5-7 not going to be as strong in this one, I'm afraid, because there's no T presence here. Even Bubble making his way back to T spawn. So at this point, the penny should drop that they should stack the A bomb site instead, but it doesn't seem to be likely to happen.
Opening kill. Thomas looking for a trade. He will get it. Oh my god,
Thomas on the 5-7! Let's go.
Oh, it's making
Name
me
a more
moist.
iconic duo.
Thomas, please stop. It's not fair, is it really? Was that really a Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yes, that was a Thomas the Tank Engine.
That'd be the Fat
reference.
Conductor.
He was a great character, that one. Ooh, look at this. They got a player deep into toilets with Victor already pushed out, surrounded now on both sides, but he's going to be checking for Crucial, won't he? No! Leaves his back turned, and the USP just remains there stoically, as Victor does get the entry kill, and Bubble forgoes his AK, giving Thomas here a well, Crucial a chance to do something, but unfortunately he just dies, as does another player towards the stairs. And yeah, just Thomas, the tank engine, left alive. No 5-7 required here. The AK is in his hands as he makes it a 1 versus 1 situation. He does win it. Holy, that's a good one. Thomas here with the 4K, starting us out with a 5-7 2K and connector and making it work here in the clutch. How does he keep doing it? Thomas pass?
Clearly, somebody's been putting the coal in the tank engine.
Exactly.
Saw Endpoint tweet about their Beyond Energy. I wonder if they've given him some. I wonder if that's what the engine runs on.
Main ingredient, coal.
Yeah. Secondary ingredient, energy drinks. It's like it's
They
like
just
one of
buy
those
like
octane
store-bought.
fuels.
Yeah, they just buy like store brand energy fuel and just mix it with coal powder and sell, like rebrand it. Of course not. I'm sure it's a great, delicious drink. But ooh, what is also delicious is Bubble, the Lurk player, getting a kill. The entry goes his way, but does get traded soon, and that again should be a clear sign for Endpoint that A is under attack. And Crucial knows there's something going on. It's a double with the AWP up close. Holy, won't make it back alive, of course, but 2 kills, nothing to sneeze at, as it's a 3 versus 2 situation now. The T's they have to execute, and A is not clear.
Getting that kill though opens things up for them. They have Mighty Mac to deal with towards the bank still, and with Surreal 5 HP on a flank. Really needs Mighty Mac to take attention, maybe a kill, but Dreamer, that is a huge frag coming out, just strafes and removes Mighty Max from the game. Real around the corner, might be able to find the kill into Dreamer, but anything more than that, I think, is going to be a bit of a tough cookie to crack. He's actually going to be pushing forward. This flashbang, if he gets the timing on this peak against the AWP, oh, he's actually going to get it. No way with 5 HP.
Jeez, I was like worried that he would not even be going for this one, thinking he doesn't have a chance. But look at all that utility he has. All he had to do was dispense 1 flash. He still had another one where that came from, a smoke and a Molotov. Plenty of chances to make this round work, but he doesn't even need to make use of them, as he just makes his way onto the bomb site. And well, none of that could have been possible without those nice kills from Crucial there. In the toilet area, a double happened, and
Red
yeah,
Star
Surreal
is
with
just
the
so
double zone
blind
at the
here.
end.
He's walking into a wall. Like...
Yeah, that's kind of what kills him as well, right? His
Yeah.
movement, not pressing the backward key enough to make his way into the bank safely. It still wouldn't have been a good situation for him, though.
No, bomb plant opposite side of the box, over towards bank. Maybe Surreal just sticks it, but yeah, either way it works out for the Brit. Ooh, that was a lot of damage done, but fortunately for Thomas, no kill found. Push coming in through connect. Are they going to check for Mezzi? They're not checking for Mezzi. They've not checked for Mezzi. 3 quick kills on the MP9, and that's why you checked for Mezzi.
That is why you check for Mezzi. 3 kills right there, just from the Cubby area. Come on, guys. You need to clear your corners. I'm pretty sure that's like one of the like rules 1 or 2 of Counter-Strike right there.
Oh, and the nade
As
hit bar as well.
Yeah. Gets meated on. Mezzi 4K in the connector. First 3 with an MP9. Holy, that's not only was that a lot of money like farmed up, it was just the round right then and there. A 10-4 score line.
That was guns.
Yeah, that was guns. None of them turned around fast enough. He even whiffed some of the spray like long enough. It wasn't like a straight up double headshot on the first player, right? He even gave them time for all of them to turn around and get him, but I guess their sensitivities weren't big enough to make those mouse movements fast, huh?
That's why I play on 3200 DPI.
There you go. That's also why you don't hit anything.
True.
But at least
True.
no one catches you out with an MP9 in the connector area. You got that situation sorted.
I'll unload so many rounds in their vague direction with my sense. Team Fiend are left with a decent buy, well, a somewhat decent buy in the final round of this half. A few Galeals, AK for Victor, Red Star on the Scout. So it should really be Endpoint able to secure this one. They have the weaponry advantage, but
For
Team
sure.
Fiend could scurry away a 5th. That's for sure. I mean, it's obviously these guns can still find damage. The Galil's still viable weapons and certainly live up to the task, but Mar has been obliterated. Thomas, he was ready for that one. There's nothing you can do about that if you're Mar. You're just dead. You say, oh, well, he was watching for me. As Endpoint putting up numbers here. So far, those numbers are free. Dreamer's low on HP as well, and it's just him and Red Star hoping to push in towards his B site and find some kills. Leave it just up to Red Star. 1 versus 3. Unlikely, as Endpoint should scurry them away a 11th round.
Oh, but it's Red Star, though, on the edge of the smoke, might have the advantage, but after the initial kill, can't quite transfer the spray fast enough. Mighty Max takes him down, as we're here on the half with Endpoint with 11 and Team Fiend on 4. Not exactly how we were hoping the second map would shake out, but hey. A great start from the Brits.
Yeah. It's looking a lot better than Mirage, that's for sure. The only problem with this is, if Endpoint do collect the second map, it means I don't have to watch a map of Dust 2.
Hey! So you're one of those people that's saying that Dust 2 should have been removed instead of Train?
Yeah, of course.
I think so too, because if you look at the map layout, right, Dust 2 and Ancient are kind of similar in that sense, where they have a mid, they have an A and a B. Both of them have a long and a short. You know, they have tunnels. It's a pretty wide open map as well. It's
Dust
the
2 is
perfect
boring
replacement.
to watch. It's stale. There's no new tactics. It's just.
But like more than that, you have to look at sort of the pool as a whole, right? You need to make sure that every single style is accounted for, and I think the hyper tactical sort of ducking and weaving style of Train really doesn't translate to Ancient, unfortunately. But Dust 2's strats could very well be used there, so I too was a bit disappointed. But you know, Dust 2, second
just...
most popular map, can't really remove it, can you?
Just leave it in the competitive pool, but remove it from pro play. There you go. It's a problem solved. And I mean, I love just watching Train because of just AWPers. I love watching AWPers on Train. So much fun.
Oh yeah.
However, Red Star, not on the AWP this round, of course, because it's the pistol round. You can't buy an AWP for $800. Has been able to find an opening kill. As Team Fiend lead by 1 in this round. Victor makes it 2 with only Thomas and Crucial alive. They need to try and fight back, need to try and get this bomb planted, as Thomas is trying to stall them, but Crucial's already hightailed it for that A bomb site. He'll be able to get the bomb plant, that's not an issue. But can he defend against 3 players?
Certainly possible. All you have to do is get 3 headshots. That's the beauty. A pistol round still could go any way, as they all come from the same position, but the Glock spray does not connect, unfortunately. There we go. A 3 versus 1 terminates in about the expected situation, but as we pointed out in the first half, Danchan, the T-side forces are quite brutal after getting the bomb plant on the first.
Yeah, let's see if Endpoint go for it. I suspect they probably will. Yep, they will. AK for Thomas. Crucial buys a Galil. I assume they'll probably get a couple more Galils in the mix there as well. Mighty Max just leaves himself on a deagle with plenty of utility to show for. And, yeah, I mean, 11-5 lead at the moment. You can go for the force buy here. You find 12, that's just gonna really just lock down this second map for you. The real, yeah, you could stand there if you wanted to, Surreal, but you'd take a lot of damage from the Molotov.
Could do it though.
Could do it, yeah.
It's a free country. As Endpoint, with this kind of a buy, they really can get it done in the end, but playing it really slowly, in fact, just making sure that the CTs have scurried off before they push on forward with a minute 10 left on the clock, still plenty to do. They got to take the control of like inside toilets. They don't have any presence toward short B or monster connector, not even in their vocabulary right now. As just going to have a long sort of creep up. But look at the CT defense there. They have 2 players sort of posted up on long, while one of them very quick to help out should he require it. It is going to be Red Star. Without the AWP in this one, of course, it is the second round, but, you know, The M4 should be good enough. Still, T's not going toward long. In fact, it's going to be a short execute, it seems. At this point in the round, I don't think you want to be going down connector toward B. You don't know what's going on there. So the A execute should be coming in. And Team Fiend haven't been doing any aggressive pushes to make rotations. They'll know they have to make the rotations now, however, as the push commences. Thomas, the tank engine, steamrolls onto the bomb site as a different player does find the entries as well. A double for Thomas, though. And Team Fiend left with only 2 players, the 2 that didn't rotate.
Well, that was quick. Very slow build up, and then everything just at once. Dreamer can't even escape as Crucial cuts him off at the back lines. Even just Bubble alone to save this M4 and Endpoint. The Force Buy is going to work out wonderfully for them.
Certainly will. Team Fiend left with only 1 player. Of course, Bubble will be saving the M4, but without any kind of a buy around it, I'm not sure what they can really do. Some aggressive force buy pushes should be coming in, but usually the T's are ready for that kind of an engagement, so definitely going to be difficult.
Accidentally just need my PC, so I hope nothing turns off.
What are you, CIS teams in like 2013 DreamHacks?
Oh, he's really gone there, has he? He's really gone there.
He's brought up the past.
Unfortunately, I don't have an E-League tattoo to show for it, so...
Oh, man. I like that E-League tattoo, not gonna lie. It is just 3 lines, like, but it fits. It fits. The Russian aesthetic, it fits, you know.
Oh, dear. So obviously, Fiend, they just have that 1 M4 for Bubble. 4 Deagles alongside it as they force buy everything they can. Red Star leaves a little bit of extra cash, obviously, trying to get that up when they go for the full buy. But it could be a very different situation by the time it gets to there. Probably 14 for Endpoint before Fiend can buy up with a nice opening kill from Mezzy. That's the M4 removed as well from the Team Fiend side. The rest of these Fiend players, they're just chilling over towards the B site right now. They're just vibing.
As they are. But when will the vibe check come in? Certainly toward the short player. There you go, vibe checked right in the face. As an exchange does happen, but, well, the A-bomb site is left completely empty, and with all of that CT presence, the T's now know. It should be a clear affair, with Mar even sort of going back after that one. Looks like they may be willing to save here. As it does seem quite impossible to push onto that A-bomb site. So yeah, Victor and Mar are going to be saving their armor and Deagle, as Red Star, of course, with a bit of a better armory here to his name. Should be taking this weapon into the eco round in the next. And who knows, maybe the Hero AK can get it done, but it's going to take quite a few entry frags to even give them a chance of winning that one, because Endpoint are going to have quite a bit of a buy, and there you go. That's already 1 player that potentially could have saved. Wasted.
This AK, unless it can find huge damage, you don't see a way Endpoint are going to drop 14. Or drop the 6th round, rather. It's surely going to be Endpoint up to 14. They have everything working in their favor. As long as they just are able to rid that AK out the round very quickly. They did that in the previous round, finding Bubble straight away into the round and getting rid of that M4. It was unable to be picked up by any of the Fiend players, and Endpoint just roll with that. But they're just going to roll in towards the B site by the looks of things.
Looks like it.
As he could cut off rotations as well through connector as he hears a lot of steps. Victor trying to look for Mezzy. Ooh. Okay,
Yeah, he was waiting for that door to swing open. The squeakiness would have given it away, and he could have gone for the wide swing. Instead, just holds the angle and finds the kill regardless. But a double kill coming in from the Team Fiend side onto the attacking terrorists as they pour out of Monster. Crucial already in jail. Certainly not going to be getting the kill, as the CTs don't want to give it to him, but oh my gosh, Bubble that kind of a wide swing just gives so much space to the CTs to get kills of their own, and that's going to be Team Fiend running away with that one. Who knew?
Huge round for them there. You thought that setup was going to be looking so sick for them. Messi gets the opening. Then it all just falls away. Red Star's AK, I think, picks up 3 in that round. That gets work done. Bubbles USP as well, finding a lot of damage. I think it found a kill earlier on in the round, so...
No, during the actual take, it did find
yeah,
one, so...
For Team Fiend, a super sick round that has kept them in this game, kept Endpoint off 14, and Red Star, now with the AWP. Oh, Red Star! A huge 2K. Now Thomas, he's going to get a 2K of his own, even switches out to the AWP as well off the Mac 10.
Jeez, okay. Well,
Drive-bys.
just keeps continuing the drive-by, of course, toward the A bomb site. You need to get yourself as close as possible to find these CTs out in the open toward that bank. Perhaps the rotates might show up, but unfortunately, just a bit of a jump peak as Mar knows what's going on at this point. The third man probably ready to rotate at a moment's notice as, well, the T's may have reconsidered there. They know their position's been compromised, and a 3 versus 3 situation definitely favors them. So just making your way down toward B should be an easy affair with a maximum of 1 player holding you in like connector or B short or something of that nature. Definitely, if you just have 3 players on a pile and death ball your way down, it would be useful. But instead, are they actually going for this A execute? Not likely. Thomas just got smoked off on long. No, they're going for it.
35
Bubble
seconds. Bubble's
Oh,
position.
that's...
Mighty Max needs to clear him out. 2v3. They need to get rid of Bubble very, very quickly, and Mighty Max has done the job. Kill found. Team Ramar. Now left 2v2. Mighty Max, oh, so low on HP. Just 5 HP for him. Thomas with the AWP. Looking for shots, and it takes Dreamer down low, but Mighty Max now left alone in a 1v2, and they're gonna line up! Oh! He almost gets them both! Mars left with just 2 points of health.
Sheesh.
That could have been the 14th for Endpoint. My life flashed before my eyes, but it is going to be a round for Fiend.
These rounds are so insane, aren't they? I mean, it starts out with a 2K here toward the middle, a speedy Thomas the Tank Engine style 2 refrag happens with the MP9 of all weapons, and then, well, they just line up for the final kill, and with that little health left, you know the Team Fiend must be kicking themselves for that one. I mean, Endpoint, obviously. But yeah, just an insane couple of rounds here. Insane situations we find ourselves in.
That
As the entry
majestic
kills
man.
seem to have, yeah, evened out a bit, but Mezzi on 6. That's quite a few.
Just a overall majestic specimen is Mezzi.
Of course. Ubermensch right here. Is he
Just-
taken?
I don't know, I'm waiting to find out. He's not answering my DMs.
Alright.
Um,
Let me know. Just like, you know, from a friend to a friend.
yeah,
When you find out.
this is unfortunate for Endpoint, though. 2 very quick kills coming through.
Not the best. Through the monster tunnel as well. That's usually where you're pretty careful to not get shut down by the CTs early on. It's not even that big of a maneuver they had to pull off, but the flashes do come in, and Dreamer relocates successfully. Oh, the T's actually finding entries. 3 entries so far, but that's not going to be enough, I'm afraid, with that kind of a bad start. 2 initial kills go the way of Fiend, and, well, victory goes their way in the end. Let's have a look at it again. Just that's usually smoked off, and that kind of caught the T's off guard, I guess. Always good to find players in transition. En
Yeah.
passant, as you say.
I don't say that, actually.
Hey, don't play chess. All right.
No, fortunately not. I like chess memes.
Oh, they're the best.
Anatoly Karpov.
Why do I hear boss music?
That's the one. But just pistols for Endpoint. Could be Team Fiend on to 9 and mounting a bit of a comeback here. I mean, what was it, 11-4 the first half?
Mm-hmm. And now, with 4 rounds and only 2 go the way of Endpoint in the meantime, but a wise man once said 13-8 is the most dangerous lead to have. I believe it was Kassad. And it looks like 13-9 seems to be inescapable with this kind of a buy. No armor here for the pistol-carrying T's, as they could just execute somewhere, but with a measly flash to back them up, that's not looking too good. Mezzi, however, just soloing it there toward the A side, trying to find some kills with his Deagle. No luck so far, though. As the execute does come in, that one measly flash makes its work, I guess, onto Dreamer, but Bubble's still unfazed as he finds a double. Oh, Bubble double is all he's going to be finding. The bomb actually going down, and Thomas, if you can get this kill toward heaven, that would be huge. Oh, it tags him down so low! Endpoint have such an advantage here, but they squandered it with Mighty Max pushing too far, in my opinion, as Thomas tries to even up the score and leaves Mezzi only in a 1 versus 2 scenario with barely a deagle to his name and no armor to speak of. No nades either. That first kill has to be quick. It wasn't.
It was, for Red Star.
The crosshair was like actually on his head though, so all he had to do was press mouse 1.
Yeah, that's all you need to do, Mezzi. If you answer my DMs, I'll give you some free coaching, man. There's so much we can improve just straight off the bat. And maybe we'll foster a relationship together as well. I feel like we could really be.
Yeah,
bros,
you know,
maybe
go
something
camping
more.
or something. Be that as it may, finally a buy for the Endpoint side. They have the equipment to take into this one as Crucial does get onto his AWP. Red Star's still on his, though, on Team Fiend, so they're not going to be having any problems. But, this B push, definitely not advisable. Thomas not managing to get anything done there. So many CTs to take care of him, and they weren't even blind. As Endpoint will be starting this one out on the back foot here. 4 versus 5, and the only land they control currently is long, a little bit of short, and, connector, as the A push seems to be continuing. But look at that presence from the CTs. They have so many people, they can just put some toward long as well. With 2 players, even a third, all the way at the back of long to help out. If this short push comes in, these guys are dead.
Man, Victor is going to be playing bait for his teammate as well, who's sat in the corner. I believe that's Mar. Gets the first kill, Gand the
No
second.
bait required!
Yeah, as you say, doesn't even need his teammate there. Who's going to be looking like, well, I would have liked some action. Please! Mighty Max! That was an unreasonable shot.
That's made you drop several octaves.
Yeah, that was an unreasonable shot on the site. They might be able to get the bomb planted, but can Red Star shut Mezzi down? Oh, low HP. Oh, it's all a bit chaotic on the site as Mar. He gets a quick kill on towards the low HP player, but Mighty Max tries to stand his ground. But it's going to be 10 on the board for Fiend.
Unfortunate. He could have gone for the bomb plant had he just stuck it, but, was a little bit too scared there and was still going for the round win, it seems like, so he goes off the plant.
Match paused. Replay coming through. Daily quests can be achieved over at LOOT.BET.
I just saw that Mighty Max shot now. Yeah. The jump shot. Pretty good.
Clips his face off. Ruined.
Looking at the head-to-head, though. Crucial not been having that hot of a time. No, where I suppose Red Star has been having quite a good performance so far.
Yeah, he's found a couple entry kills. I mean, both of them have. But, yeah, Crucial currently sat with just 13 kills. Not terrible. But, I mean, Thomas, 27 for him. Real 22. Nobody.
And those were impact frags. We all saw those 5.7s, those MP9s that won the rounds just because he got them. So those aren't eco frags we're talking about here, boys.
I mean, on the Team Fiend side of things, nobody is actually into. Nobody's above 19 kills. On the Fiend side, whereas you've got Thomas, Surreal, 27, 22, Mezzi on 17 as well. So for them. Kills are in Endpoint's favour. You might expect with a few rounds of lead, but
Not with that kind of a like demanding presence, though.
No, things are closing up though, and that nade is chunked Thomas down.
You hate to see it. 51 HP. The meat shots takes care of an extra point, but you know what's better than taking off 49 HP off a player? Taking off 100 through the smoke in the head. Just a single bullet to clip him. As it will be Team Fiend starting out on the back foot on this one. No A stacks gonna be coming in as a single player on long this time to contrast to the previous rounds 3. Will be trying to go for the peak, but not having any luck as he will be given enough time to escape into the cubby area here toward long. A great position to find another frag, and they should be giving it to him if they stick around, but it looks like they won't be. Wally gonna be forcing him out as he is a little bit too worried that there's still players there, but he wastes the smoke for nothing.
Well, generally, if that molly comes over, you expect someone to be holding it.
Of course.
Oh, can't fault
Reasonable.
for that. But Thomas, with just 4 HP, gets a Galil into his hands, drops the more superior AK-47 into his teammates' clutches as they now start to push in towards this B-side. Flashbang not going to touch bubble. Then he can find 2 very quick kills. Mighty Max at least trades out, but it's just him and Mezzi alone in a 2v3. They need to get this bomb planted, and Mezzi needs to try and cover for his teammate as he does get that job done. A nice kill on towards Mar. Knows where a second player is as well. But that nade ruins Mezzi's life, takes him away from this clutch, and now it's Mighty Max alone against 2. Are we going to be seeing Super Max?
He's done it before.
Or are we going to be seeing a very dead Max as he pushes deep? The CT has already pushed out Monster. Have they spotted him? Victor certainly looks like he knows where he is, and just goes for the straight fight. 11 on the board for Fiend. Things getting desperately close now in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. Off the back of that bomb plant, though, Endpoint will be able to secure a buy, a quite comfortable one. And they do seem to be getting the openings here. I mean, Bubble did find his in the beginning. The 2 for him coming as they come out of Monster, but yeah. The clutch just didn't happen, and we find ourselves in yet another full buy round here. Endpoint, what have they got left for us here in the bag? No potential for the 4-man boost as the AWP is not present, so they can't be pulling out those kinds of tricks. But committing more than one person toward B short control should be a priority because they did lose quite a few times where it was just one guy pushing. But yeah, B short in their control, and the B execute should be coming with 3 players here to receive. Surreal out first.
That's a great flashbang, completely blinds up Mar, but then a return flashbang from the CP side. Surreal has no idea where to look. Endpoint have given themselves a 3-on-2, a much needed one, and finally a post-plant situation where it seems that Endpoint have the advantage, and they are going to secure it even before the bomb gets planted. So finally 14 for Endpoint, but yeah, they just sort of walked in towards the B site with a flashbang there.
Mm-hmm. It's this kind of tactical depth that we're looking for here to best the likes of Fiend.
Look at the economy for Fiend.
Oh,
I did
dear.
notice it as well, partly in the last round. I was going to say something, and then all the action happened, and now you have 2 players with 4,400 and 3,400. Just because these rounds have been so close that Endpoint have been losing.
Of course, they've been doing a great job.
You have 3 players with essentially just the minimal loss bonus. They're about like 1,600 to 1,800 apiece. So do you go for the force buy here? Because you're not going to be able to buy up in the next with those players. They are going to be on something very, very bad if you do that. Do you force buy this, hope to keep Endpoint off 15, or do you eco this, try and get as much of a force buy as you can and try and win 4 in a row? Because you can't take a double eco here.
I think, well, they are going to be going for the force, obviously. I would have preferred a eco, just, you know, try to get some utility to hold the T's at bay in the next, because you're going up against a fully bought up Endpoint. I don't think a couple of Deagles are going to be making it work, but still, they're going to be trying. Red Star on the M4 and Mar on the FAMAS. Bubble, the aforementioned 5-7, definitely can go huge, but you got to be in the right spot, the right time. As the round will start, and Endpoint look to be closing this one out here. At least get their way to match point. And then the easy round to follow up with. First off, though, nade stack.
Oh, in a bit. In a bit.
In a bit.
Get out the server.
These guys have families, guys.
Two
can't be
kills
doing
from
that
is
to 'em.
just outrageous. Okay,
Yeah,
fair
no.
enough.
Gotta love Astralis giving us those kinds of strats before their reign sort of started. We didn't see teams stacking nades, let alone at this kind of a level, but they do it now, and I'm sure glad they did. The gamble that they were boosting toward short B control definitely pays off here. As well, the rest of the CTs, what kind of a chance did they even have of holding this one back? Victor had to go aggressive there toward long, and that's going to be leaving them in a 2 versus 5. I think that a 1 versus 5 as Mar dies in the mezzy spot. And the bomb certainly goes down with Endpoint on 15, and the economy decimated for Team Fiend here. Definitely should have been saving as soon as those double kills came through, because you needed all the equipment you could get in this one.
Two scouts, a CZ, two deagles. Endpoint should have this one wrapped up in a bow here. 16-11. Almost a an unlosable situation in some regards. Scout, unless it can find some serious damage early on, things are probably going to be quite difficult for it. Red Star just has to back away from the fight. And probably for the best, because a couple of Endpoint players are mooching around. But Bubble, how did he get that shot? Was Surreal
Did he
low?
have no armor? I have no idea.
Surreal didn't have armor. He had
XD?
$5,400 and no armor.
Yeah, he wasn't tagged up, right? That was not just my imagination. There were no tags that came through, so he just had no armor. My guy.
That is...
You're on match point! What are you doing?
What a blunder.
That's a blunder. Holy. Okay, well, now that we recovered from that kind of shock, it will be the short control that comes in soon with Mar. The potential to go huge here with the Deagle, all the way up close. 2 belly shots is all you need, remember, as the T's start surrounding him, but unbeknownst to them, they are getting flanked, and the shots do come through. Mar with the kill, Victor with one of his own, leaving Mezzy in the 1 versus 3 scenario. Surreal, you're never gonna not buy armor again. As this is an undoable position here for Mezzy Pass. Team Fiend make it work on a buy. They had no business winning here, Dan.
I mean, yeah, Surreal. Let's see. No armor for him there on the replay.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
Yeah, that is a...
Oh my god.
That is a big mistake made, and it cost him his life, because that was just a scout body shot. No, it wouldn't have been the kill. He would have been left with 30 HP. It would have been a 5-on-5. And yes, of course, Endpoint, they get caught in the middle of a Deagle sandwich there, but it's... Those are not the mistakes you can be making right now.
Imagine a Team Fiend make this overtime. How quickly does Surreal get kicked?
Alright, let's not get too hasty, shall we?
Of course, BM. But, ooh, okay, the opening frag does go their way here at Team Fiend, finding one over the wall into the connector area. The door was blown off beforehand, so they knew they had the shot going in. A great little maneuver from their end, as Endpoint have to salvage another round here. A 4 versus 5, definitely not ideal as we saw in the previous round, but a straight-up A execute should get it done, as they still have Thomas lurking here toward B, not finding anything, though.
Endpoint, they need to try and recover from this one. The early deficit, courtesy of Mar, crucial, has the AWP that could find an opening. As Endpoint, they are going to backtrack, look towards this B site, which is currently smoked off at Monster. But Thomas, he's been just mooching around on this B site. He has been a little bit of a scout for this Endpoint side, and now he's going to start scouting in towards the B site. Spots players deep over towards ABC, and now the Endpoint side, they have a lot of space to work with here. Surreal's going to be covering off short. Nobody going to be rotating through that location for Fiend right now, but Mar, another kill for him, and it's a quick triple. Only Surreal left alive, but 2 very quick kills in return from him. Surely too much to ask to try and secure the round, as Endpoint, they find absolutely nothing on the entry in towards the site. Fiend find 13 on the board. And this is getting so close now for this Endpoint side. What was an 11-4 lead
what was a free round essentially that was foregone because Surreal didn't buy armor. I mean, there were more elements there, but that certainly didn't help. As they're 2 rounds away from Team Fiend getting this into overtime and maybe even potentially rounding it out here in the 2-0 fashion. As promised, Tank Engine gets stopped, unfortunately, but a swift refrag comes through as the T's look unrelenting to go toward this B bomb site. Already on short, but they do get smoked off as, well, behind the smoke, the player does get shot down. A 3 versus 4 situation. Not looking that good for the Brits in this one, I'm afraid.
I mean, yeah, they've
That's
left enough
all.
cash for themselves in the next round endpoint, so they'll get that rebuy through and try and just secure it 16-14.
That's a light at the end of the tunnel for sure, yeah. But they're still not going to be happy that it comes down to a round. Whether they go to overtime or not. Oh, I just saw you could see the terrorists through the little balloon there. I didn't think those were transparent at all. Must have been the reflections.
Maybe it's all Mirage.
Nah, the next map is Dust 2.
Maybe they just save these couple AKs. I don't know. 30 seconds. Do you attempt this? Looks like they are going to try it. At least find as much damage as they can, because Fiend's economy isn't great. If as many guns as they can take away here as many rebuys in the next round, and with only at max 2 players surviving now for Team Fiend in this 2-on-2, make it a 2-on-1. Might be one player who's a little bit light on weaponry. They do deal with Mezzy pretty quickly after the bomb gets planted, so no issues with the round, but now it's all going to lie on one final buy for the Endpoint side. As Team Fiend, they've pushed this excruciatingly close.
Yes, they have. It would be devastating for them if they were to fall at the very final hurdle, but on the CT side, I think they're going to be liking their chances going into this. However, Endpoint, with that bomb plant, do secure themselves an okay buy here going on. Well, a great buy, in fact. Everything they could possibly want. Even Crucial getting the big green gun out to play. The only thing that's missing is a Molotov on Crucial, and they would be set, but that's a very minor sort of correction. As Team Fiend, they're still going to be having a FAMAS onto Dreamer. Not ideal, but certainly it all lies here on Red Star. If he can get the entry frag, that would be spectacular. But Crucial gets his with the big green gun as well, and this is the B push we've been waiting for. Dreamer, however, manages to find the kill. It even smokes himself off, gives himself more space to work with as Mar helps him out, but, well, the toxic player does, in fact, drop there toward the end, leaving us in a 4 versus 3. Finally an advantage for Endpoint. They've been looking for this.
Yeah, but look at the HP for Thomas. He's gotten the AWP into his hands, dropped over by Crucial, who has more HP, and a boost for Mezzy. Does remove Mar from the equation, so now just Victor and Red Star, but you have to say these 2 players are the ones you'd want in this situation! Red Star, no way that's real! He gets 2 for the price of 1, bomb dropped in the open, and Team Fiend, no, you're shooting each other now! Calm down, guys! Last round of the half, last round of regulation, let's just be civil about this, as Mezzy swings out, takes down Victor, and now it's just Red Star who can't get it done! There was a chance, there was a glimpse. There was hope for Team Fiend to force it into OT, but Endpoint shut that door, and it is 16-14, map 2 going the way of the Brits. And we're going to be seeing Dust 2 as the final brawl between these 2 ties, and Sermon, if it's anything like this map, I am looking forward to it.
Absolutely. These rounds have just been so back and forth, it's not even funny. We'll be looking forward to Dust 2 and seeing if it's going to be as explosive as this map has been. Stick around.
Feel free to talk.
Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something.
So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked it for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.
So, maybe I should open it.
Oh, don't kill me, please. I tell you everything. God is loot, loot. I'm young. I don't wanna die.
Boss, code is loot.
Oh my god, idiot. Fuck, I surrendered by idiots.
Hey, kid. Sorry about that.